So Sameko Saba debuted the other day, and of course the internet found a way to be mad at a fictional anime girl again. Saba is short, she's got a cute voice, and she has, dare I say, a big fat tail. And apparently to some people that means she's catering to pedophiles.
Tell me.
I like 15-year-old girls!
We'll get into that very bold accusation in just a moment, but first let's get a little bit of an introduction out of the way. So Sameko Saba is the spiritual successor to Gaogura and Tenzawa. If you aren't familiar with Gaogura, a lot of her content has already leaned into the cheeky lolicon coded humor.
What's with all the tears? Stop, don't cry.
So it's not really a new thing, it's kind of been a part of her character archetype since Gaogura and even the Senzawa days. Fans loved Gaogura, she was one of the top VTubers at the time of her graduation, so it really came as no surprise that we would probably see her back soon, and of course we did with Sameko Saba. Many fans loved the debut, and I did myself, honestly, as you could probably tell from my Twitter feed. And one of the things that we loved about the debut was of course her model, the big tail, the exposed tummy, the toes, all of it, you know, people were hyped. But of course, the discourse began within a few hours. And what was the main complaint? Well, she's catering to pedophiles. Reading the first tweet, why on earth did Saba go and do that? She literally had the opportunity to do an amazing character that didn't bring in weirdos, and instead she picked an insanely character that will bring about pedophiles. I'm done with the creator. Now, despite them having a Gaogura profile picture when I did respond to this tweet, which I'll show that response in just a moment, they seem to have no familiarity with Gaogura's content whatsoever, because I mean, if you watch Gaogura's content for any amount of time, you've probably seen her make a joke about lies or cons. I mean, there's minute-long compilations for a reason. So in response to this tweet, I just basically quoted Gaogura's own words. What are you, scared of a little 4-letter word?
What, are you scared of a little 4-letter word?
Now this reply basically ratioed the hell out of the original tweet, and while I am pretty proud of that fact, I think I'm more proud of the fact that they changed their whole profile picture after the fact because they were getting too much hate for being a Gaogura fan who seemingly has not seen that much Gaogura content to begin with. Moving on to the next tweet that I felt pretty compelled to respond to, we have a Fauna fan saying the following: I fuck with Saba, but her motto in this pandering to that audience is really disheartening yet not surprising. I likely won't be watching a Let's Doobie collab, but good luck to her. And attached to this tweet is one of her fan name suggestions being Keniisu, which I'm sure some of you guys know what that means. Anyways, I hit them with the same reply I hit the last person, but what's really funny about this exchange is that at first they honestly didn't actually think I was going to get a ratio on them, and so they sort of laughed and mocked me for pretty much getting a few likes in the first few minutes of my tweet. Like, sorry I don't bot my tweets, like I don't know what to say. So I just responded to them saying I can't wait for the ratio, and boy did we get a ratio. Not gonna lie, looking at those numbers after they mocked me for not getting a couple likes within a few minutes, it's pretty fucking funny. And mind you, I didn't just ratio them once, I ratioed them twice with my own tweet about the ratio, which is really fucking funny. Anyways, I think honestly this argument about catering is just so dumb to me, and we're gonna get into that in just a moment. Trust me, we're getting there, but I have one more tweet. And this one's my kind of personal favorite. There was someone that actually claimed that her motto would attract fascists. And sure, there are some bad actors in the scene, I'm not going to deny that any day. But I don't think Saba's motto is the thing that's going to bring fascism into her fan base. Honestly, let's be real. These past 3 tweets are not protecting anyone. They're not saving the fan base from fascism or pedophiles. Honestly, all it's doing is a performance. It's just feigning moral posturing for likes, retweets, and validation from a crowd that doesn't even probably watch How Alive or the VTubers they're actually talking about in the first place. Because again, these are not children. These are petite anime girls, and of course, you know, Saba may be a little too petite with her height, but these are design choices. You might not like it, and that's valid, but it's not inherently dangerous or exploitative because there's an adult behind the actor, and we should know that fiction is not reality. Anime and VTubing borrow a lot from idol and moe culture. That doesn't make them real world endorsements of anything and makes them a fantasy. People like Saba or Shondo constantly get accused of dangerous things or normalizing bad behaviors when what they're actually doing is playing a character and leaning into a niche, which is a niche, mind you, that has no observable studies or research showing that it actually affects people's behavior in the real world in any significant way. We're literally going backwards in time here with the satanic panic and the video games cause violence narrative, which has been studied to hell and back, and honestly at best it just shows increased aggression, which honestly, I mean, can you blame them? My teammates in CSGO fucking suck. And even if I give any credence to the idea, which I don't like to, that there's some factor here that hasn't been thoroughly studied or researched yet, that somehow demonstrates that this behavior is normalizing sort of the bad behaviors that come out of child predation. What child is actually being saved or protected by you constantly barraging some random creator leaning into those themes on the internet? Honestly, I think it's fair to say it's not very many. It's a very dangerous form of slacktivism, honestly, because it really gives you a kick that you're doing something, but you're really not. You're just attacking some person on the internet when you could be using your time and efforts to actually protect real children by donating, volunteering, or just even working with local organizations. But no, Twitter is much easier. Like, I'm not against calling out bad behavior, but you have to demonstrate why that behavior is bad in the first place for me to even want to agree with you. Something a lot of these people have not done and they cannot do. I want to say this because I think it gets misconstrued a lot, but you can say it's weird, you can say you don't like the themes of VTubers playing into. Hell, call the whole genre disgusting and degenerate if you want to. I don't care. But there's a difference between criticism and slander and opinion and accusations. And trust me, there's a huge difference between actually helping to protect kids and screaming at anime girls online. So maybe, just maybe, touch grass, go outside and use your time to actually volunteer and do some good work in the world, rather than screaming into the void just to get ratioed on Twitter. Anyways, let me know what you guys think here. Is the controversy valid? If so, I hope to see some evidence. But if you're on my side, let me know if you just think this is another moral panic bearing an anime avatar. Anyways, that's it. Follow me on Twitter if you guys want to see more dunks and ratios, I guess. Let me know if you enjoyed this video where I kind of really didn't script this like I do a lot of my other videos. I kind of just want to talk about something. But yeah, let me know if you like this format and I might do a lot more of this. I'm also going to be streaming on Twitch a lot more in July, so follow my Twitch, please. It would mean a lot to me if you guys showed up to my streams. And you know what? I'm going to stop plugging here. Thank you guys so much for watching again, and peace out.